Do you struggle taking correct decisions in your games? Do you feel like you get a lead but you don't exactly know how to convert it into a win? Or maybe you've heard of the term macro game and you know for sure if you can improve just a little bit of macro, it can make a huge difference in your gameplay, whether you are bronze or whether you are grandmaster. If you want to learn macro game and learn decision making, this is the video for you. If this is the first time on my channel, my name is Fizz and I make videos on how to improve in League of Legends. So if you're not subbed already, make sure you sub, like right now to make sure you don't miss out any content from my channel. So let's get started. Usually when it comes to having perfect decision making, you have to be good at understanding the relationship between risk and reward. Normally there are 70 or 80% guaranteed plays, 50-50 coin flip plays or losing plays. In the next place we are going to both review the macro of one player and learn a lot so we can also have perfect decision making, but I'm also gonna rate your macro, so let's see if you are a good player or not. We're going to analyze this Fizz player that is very close to be a diamond player, what he did and if his decision making is good and how good your decision making is in this specific case. So let's take a look at this. He just killed Orianna right here and he's slowly pushing the wave. This is pretty simple. This is good, he should push the wave and he should look to recall. Right now he is going to look to recall, he's pushing very fast. He can also use his E on the wave, as this is pretty safe since he can Q through the minions and he's very mobile. Now we need to see this decision making. He's actually deciding to go bot lane. Is it good? Is it not good? Well, what do you think? Well, first of all, let's see what happens. He goes there, he misses his ultimate, and he does nothing. Was the roam good? Some of you would say, of course coach, what? He got a kill there. Well, not really. Many players have huge problems to improve in League of Legends because they make conclusions of their decisions and judgments based on the result. If you got a kill there, that doesn't necessarily mean the decision was good, the roam was good. So was it really fine decision or bad decision? Let's take a look at this. In order for us to actually take a correct decision, we need to see the advantages of this play and the disadvantages of this play. So obviously after the guy got a kill right here, he needs to push this wave. There is no question about this, as usually you want to crush the wave and you want to recall. As he's doing right here, we want to see what are the advantages of him recalling and what are the disadvantages of him going for the bot lane. So the advantages of him recalling are, well, first of all, if he recalls, he gets super fast into the laning phase, and since he killed Orianna, he can be at the same time in the laning phase, and since he has the fish, he has the shark, he can set up another kill on the Orianna. Second advantage that is, if he goes to base, he also gets to spend his gold. So it's a pretty good advantage. Disadvantage, the advantage of the roam is that, well, if the roam is gonna work, he gets a double, or at least he gets a kill. So it's pretty good. But the disadvantages of the roam is that if he goes right there and he doesn't do anything, Orianna is gonna get back to the laning phase and Fizz is either gonna need to go back mid lane or just go base and come back in the lane. But the problem behind that is he's gonna waste a lot of time. So he has to make sure the decision is reliable. And think about as an X, macro is about this X, the X of guarantation, or you can even say a risk, or you can say X of reliability. Here you have the 0% guaranteed to lose risks. Here you have the 100% free easy kills, guaranteed kills. And here you have, we all know, the 50-50 coin flip plays. You want to take decisions in League of Legends basically after this 50%. Anything more than 50% is good, but my recommendation is to go for 60 to 65% guaranteed play. So let's see if this is a guaranteed play, and let's see why is it a guaranteed play if it's a guaranteed play. So for first information that we're gonna see here, after we're looking there, it's crucial to move your camera there before you take a decision, before you take a roam. Okay, but I'm looking at the minimap. It doesn't matter if you're looking at the minimap. The minimap doesn't tell you that Katarina is low HP and Amumu is also half HP. The second information is that they are walking up right here forward because we can see they're posturing, we can see their champion moving, facing towards the tower. Super easy. Same thing with the Amumu right here. Okay, but I'm looking at the minimap. Yes, the minimap does not tell you that, man. The minimap doesn't tell you if they are backing off or walking up, and this is why any player should look there first. So the first thing that is giving you the guaranteed is the very low HP of the Katarina, and also the Amumu is relatively low. So this decision right here, just based on the HP, is already around 70%, plus let alone the fact that they're also walking up, this makes it to 80%, and the fact that Fizz has Shark right there, this makes it to 190 to 95% guaranteed. So they were low. This is a big thing if they are low. Second of all, they are also walking up. Third of all, Fizz has the fish, and you can see that yes, he played it horribly. He uses the R, he misses the R, he missed everything right there, but it doesn't matter because macro can save your game. So even if you have bad mechanics, if you have a good macro, this is how it's gonna happen. You're gonna take a good decision, you're gonna miss everything, and you're still gonna win. This is why I coach players from bronze to grandmaster, and I have huge achievements with them for any player that wants to improve really hard in League of Legends and climb as well, and wants a personalized plan on what are their mistakes and how is the best way to fix the mistakes. Go ahead on besides.com and book your own coaching session right now. Let's watch this play together. So Fizz just looked to kill Orianna right here. He tried to kill Orianna really fast, and then what did he do? Well, the normal trick that we all know, preferably after we get a kill in the lane, we want to look to push. He's done it. After he pushes, what should he do? So right now he's already looking at the lane. We can see that he's already looking at the options before and as he's pushing the lane. As he's pushing the wave right here, he already needs to be thinking about the alternatives of the play right here. So alternative number 1 is recall, alternative number 2 is looking to go to top lane or to bot lane, alternative number 3 is simply to take a plate. So these are the options. Let's see on the axe of guaranteed of or reliability play, which one is the most 80% guaranteed play. Obviously, if the plate is 80% and bot lane double kill is 80%, then he would have to think about which one is more worth, getting a free plate or getting a free double kill. Obviously, it would be a free double kill, but we'll talk about that later. So now he's pushing the lane, and the advantage of recalling is basically nothing. I mean, he doesn't need it because he has full mana, full HP, and he also has pretty low amount of gold to recall. So he could go to top lane or he could go to bot lane. Let's see what he does. So he was trying to go top lane. Let's see, was this decision good or was this decision bad? Well, first of all, let's take a look. So the decision should be made exactly after pushing the wave, and we can see that he beautifully checked on top lane. In order for you to take a good decision making, it's very important to look at the lanes that you want to go for, and the worst thing that you can do is looking after you crush the wave. This is what only like a low elo player would do. So this guy, because he got my coaching, I teach him to look as he's pushing the wave. While he's pushing the wave, he's thinking ahead and preparing the decision making. The problem is that looking at the top lane right here, how guaranteed is this play? First of all, Illaoi is very low, most likely gonna die very soon. Mordekaiser has the passive. Yes, he's going aggressive, but you have to think about the Fizz damage, especially because he has no ultimate. So on the guaranteed X right here, what kind of play is this? This is a 50-50 play. Why? Well, it is because how much damage he can do without a shark. If he had the shark, it was around 60. Still not very guaranteed because Mordekaiser is pretty tanky. And as he is looking right now on the mid lane, what was the alternative? Well, the alternative was going on mid lane, getting the free plate. It's so simple. And the funny thing is that after he goes to top lane, he takes the wave. I'm telling him in the coaching session, bro, this was really bad, because if you had taken the plate, you can also rotate to the bot lane after you take the plate, because he was looking at the bot lane right now and he was looking and he was like, oh man, if I would have been there. The problem is that many people don't even see these mistakes without coaching. He didn't even know that he can be there because of the primary macro decision that he've done. So this is why he had to be very careful of how reliable was the play on top lane. And since we saw that the Mordekaiser is actually pretty tanky right here, he should be like, no, fuck it. This is not the X 80% guaranteed play. It's about 50-50. Let me take the plate, and after I take the plate, I can perhaps move on bot lane, or if I have enough money, I can just recall. We're gonna analyze the next following play. So right here we can see that the Mordekaiser is trying to fight him. He is in the laning phase, the same Platinum 1, willing to get Diamond 4 player, and he looks to go bot lane. He is looking right there, and Katarina is walking up. He does have the Shark, and this is very free. On the XO risk, this is pretty good. This is around 70% guaranteed. Maybe only if the jungle and the support are behind, something wrong can happen. Overall, this is a good decision. And the extra thing that this guy did really good, and I teached him to do, is that I taught him to actually look at the incoming minion wave, so he can see if he can spend a lot of time on the bot lane, because if this is the cannon wave, obviously he can spend more time on the bot lane, as the Mordekaiser will have a harder time to push out the mid lane. This is not a must thing to have as you're roaming, because if the roam is good, no one gives a shit if this wave is cannon or not. Extra thing that is good to have and nice to have as well. He goes to the bot lane, and he's gonna try to play this as good mechanically as possible. In the end of the day, he plays this pretty okay. Overall, he wasted his flash at some point, and right here he gets the kill. My question to you is, what should he do right now? Well, first of all, you want to know the options. Well, he could stay bot and push the wave and try to crush, perhaps get the plates or not get the plates, or he could just go mid lane, or he could just recall. What should he do? Well, it's a pretty hard question, because you can't know this. Why can't you know? Well, it's very simple. First of all, you need to know Fizz very well, and you need to be like, hey, how much gold does he need? He has 1300 gold, and he needs basically around 1900 gold for the Luden's Echoes. The two reasons why he would have to stay on the bot lane is, one, if the wave is screwed and they have a freeze, which is not the case, or two, if he needs a little bit more gold for Luden's, which he can actually have by taking this wave. So what should he do? Well, he has multiple options. He could go to the mid lane, or he could go recall, but there is no way you take a decision in League of Legends without looking. If the wave is pushing towards him in the mid lane, he can easily go for the recall and then go to the mid lane, as he would always prefer to recall first since he has low HP. Yes, he needs 600 gold for the item, he could stay, but 600 gold is not a pretty low amount of gold, so you can say, yes man, I'm gonna stay for one more wave and I'm gonna get it. No, you have to stay a lot, and if you stay a lot, you're gonna greed. For now, he should look at the mid wave, he should see the wave state, and if it's pushing into him, he can easily recall, as he has lots of time to come into the lane, since the next incoming minion wave is almost there and it's gonna meet right here, and it will make hard for the Mordekaiser to push. Or he could just right here he could just, if the wave is coming into them and it's a pretty bad state, I would ping Graves, ping mid lane, I would pat towards that side, I will fix the wave and then recall. Of course, it's not greedy. What did he do? He didn't even look at the mid lane. He didn't even take a good decision, because he didn't look at the mid lane. He tried to push bot lane, but bot lane was not really an urgency to really push, and now he's like, oh shit. Now I have to stay, because obviously after you push one wave, you want to crush this wave, but unfortunately he's not gonna crush because the next wave is right here, so he has to stay one more wave. So right here he took a very bad decision making, because he wasn't really watching the wave. So decision making is a very complex thing to do. You need to know how much gold you need for the item, you need to know wave management, how is your wave on mid lane, you need to move your camera. League of Legends is a very complex game that you can learn by practicing a lot, and getting coaching is also gonna help you a huge lot. Now he's in base and the poor guy sees that he doesn't even have Ludens. He's like 50 gold away, so he's like, why the fuck did I push the bot wave, man? Because I knew I don't have to go. Well, true, so then you should have just either go mid or just recall. Big bad decision making by him. In terms of macro, remember that if you want to go for a lane and you really want to roam, that doesn't really mean you can't adapt the decision and say no, the roam is not good anymore, like in this situation, because he has no vision on the bot lane. So he just decides to be like, okay, I'm not gonna go there, I'm just gonna go to mid lane and adapt the decision making. If I saw that bot lane is pushed in right here, that doesn't necessarily mean that I have to go. Yes, I see they are pushing, but if I am looking right there and I see there is no guaranteed that I'm gonna really get something off, I can adapt the decision making and go back to mid lane. So adapt your decision making, don't have a fixed mindset of what's good and what's bad. Always be ready to change your decision making. When having decision making, it's also extremely crucial to think about the worst case scenario. So Fizz in this instance, he actually tries to push the wave and he tries to really dive immediately the Talon. Yes, he has a lot of damage. Yes, he could actually get a kill, but what about the enemy support? Where is the enemy jungle? Where is the enemy AD carry? These are all variables that if he had hit his fish and they're all behind, he would have died immediately. And the funny thing is that after like 3 seconds, Orianna is popping on the mid lane big. He was right here when Fizz made the play. So when you're trying to make a play, especially an aggressive play that you don't know, you don't have vision and you're not sure if it's gonna work, think about the worst case scenario. What is the worst thing that can ever happen right here? You get Shen ulti, the rocket from the Jinx, Ezreal ulti, Karthus ulti, or just 5 people behind the guy, or at least 4 because we can see 1 on the map. So think about the worst case scenario when you want to take a macro decision. The next play shows a mistake that from my experience the majority of the players below master tier are doing. So let's take a look at this. So right now the Fizz, our Fizz, the diamond player, well almost diamond player, he's going on top lane. Obviously he needs to defend the Mordekaiser as he's gonna push the tower, and we can see that either way is batting the bot lane. So this is pretty simple. Now he's actually making a rotation on the mid lane as he does have the shark, and he looks at the mid lane and he sees that they are committing for a play right there. So far so good. Beautiful decision making, beautiful follow up. Yes, he lost the wave on top lane, but he had to go mid lane because it was urgent. He had ulti, it was reliable. Remember the axe of guarantation, the axe of guarantation of the kills. Now he returns to the top lane and he chills. So he's gonna return to the top lane. He does have 600 gold. So my question to you is right now, what should this Fizz do right now? So obviously he can push the wave right here, and then after the wave he can either recall or he can actually push another wave. The thing is, many players do these mistakes because pushing the wave is pretty good, it doesn't really cost you anything. The problem is that the Drake was up in about 20 seconds. So was the fact that he pushes the wave good? Was the fact that he's overstanding right here, so he's gonna need to recall, but by the time that he recalls, the Drake is gonna spawn? Is this pushing the wave good? Not really. Was it free? Yes, it was free. But it doesn't matter if the play is free, if the wave is free, that doesn't mean it's good. And the problem is that now they are fighting. He could have just been right there. He could have been right there. He could have been close to the fight, but he decided to stay on top lane and push. And this is a huge mistake, and many people are doing this. Many people, if you are below master tier and you have 8 farm per minute, 9 farm per minute, 7.5 farm per minute, and you're stacked in gold, stacked in plat, stacked in even in low diamond, stacked in bronze, and you have more than 7 farm per minute, then this can actually be a problem. You can never be less than master tier if you have every single game, if you have 7 farm per minute, or most of the games if you have 7 farm per minute. We can see he got a kill, but the team just lost the fight right there. They got the Drake. This is a horrible decision making, as Fizz shouldn't even push the wave. He should take the wave here, and then either go there right away, or since he has 800 gold, he should just recall, take a stopwatch or something, and just go for the Drake. So many players have this mistake. Of course, if he knows that by taking this wave he would take a significant item like a Zhonya's or a Lich Bane or a Rabadon's or a huge component, then yes, he might have considered staying there, but in this specific case, it was really bad decision. So this guy that I coached, we can see that the problem is that, and the moment I saw this guy on Fizz has extremely high CS, so right here he had 7 farm per minute, he has 6 farm per minute. It doesn't really look so high, 6.4 farm per minute, but then when I checked the damage, most of the games he didn't really do the most damage, even though he had a lot of kills and he had a huge farm. For example, this game he had 10 kills, he had 7 farm per minute on Fizz, by the way. He should have by far done the best damage, especially in this composition. It's so easy to play against Kate, Soraka, they have no exhaust. Lilia into Fizz is also very bad. Kled is not good into Fizz, only Lissandra is good. So he should have done a lot more damage. Same thing, he has 21 kills right here. He does have 6 farm per minute, but he doesn't do enough damage. When he have 21 kills on Fizz, you need to do a lot more damage. So he's farming too much, he's staying too much on the sunlight, he's AFKing too much. This is a Fizz from Master Tier Korea, and we can see that he has 5 farm per minute, 5.8, 5.1, 5. So the guy that was platinum, the guy that was aspiring to get diamond, he had more farm than this guy, but he's 10 times worse as a player, because it doesn't matter if you have a high farm. If you're spending the time that you should spend with your team, you're spending to AFK split push, spend the time on the split push. You don't need to spend the time on the side lane. This Fizz Korean Master Tier shows you that you don't need to have 10 farm per minute. Yes, if you try to make this comparison and you're a main AD carry, then on AD carry it has to be a little bit more. So for example, if you have a high farm on LeBlanc or on Fizz, this might be concerning. Of course, you don't want to go too low with like 4 farm per minute, is also very low. So as a standard, I recommend you, if you're a mid main and you play an assassin, don't have less than 5 farm per minute below platinum. If you are an AD carry main and you are below diamond, don't have less than 6 farm per minute every game. But if you see that you have 8 farm per minute as an AD carry and you're not like diamond or you're not like high platinum, this obviously means you're spending too much time by farming, and you have to be able to understand when to fight more and how to choose the fights. This guy, for example, he's hard stack gold 3, he's playing AD carry, so he should definitely have minimum 7 farm per minute for a platinum standard. So a platinum player, worst case scenario, he has around 6.5 farm per minute when losing. But this guy, he has 7.2, 7.4, 9, 7.8. If we compare this guy with a diamond player, we can see that. So let's compare this with a diamond player right here. So this guy is Master Tier and he has 7.6 farm, 7.8 farm, 7.2 farm. The Lucian has the exact farm like the gold player. So what's the difference between this guy that has a lot of farm and the Master Tier player? The difference is very simple. This guy has no idea when to move off the map. He's AFK farming. He doesn't understand how he can help the teammates, when he should help, when he should fight with them. He's always thinking, oh, but my team is inting, I don't need to follow them. Yes, bro, but then you're gonna stay in gold. If you are not able to understand when you should be with your team and you're just AFK farming doesn't really help you. He does have 7.2 farm per minute, he does have 9 kills, but who cares if the Ilia boy on top lane with 4 kills, he does 2 times his damage. The Senna support with 11 deaths does more damage than him. Who cares if he has good farm if it does 0 damage in his game? Same thing right here, Maokai did 14k damage, Maokai full tank, and then team with Caitlyn, he does 20k damage, and we can see this pattern is absolutely every single game. Again, a Seraphim with full support items that does the same damage like him. Don't do this mistake, don't AFK farm. If you really want to improve and get better in this game, I give free OPGG reviews on my Twitch. An OPGG review can help you to identify what you're doing wrong, what you need to fix to improve faster, and I can also help you to see if the champs that you are playing are good for climbing or bad for climbing. All what I have to do is to follow my stream and say hi, I need some help, and you will get it instantly. I'll see you on my stream.